Good morning and welcome to Morning Moments. It's Wednesday morning, and it's time for Wednesday morning devotions. So I'd like to share a scripture with you, Psalms the 20th chapter, the 7th verse. Some trust in chariots, some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord. So this scripture, I'm going to kind of rearrange it. Instead of saying chariots first, I'm just going to put it the other way around and add something to it as a title. Some trust in horses, some chariots, and some automobiles. I told this story a long time ago in Morning Moments, and I thought I'd share this story again with you in light of this scripture as part of a devotion. Years ago, we owned a '74 green Nova. It was a beater. It was the best we could do at the time, but it was a car that got us around. Uh, we lived in northern Michigan at the time, and many of the cars back in the day, and still to this day, gets pretty rusted because of the salt in the road, and it had a lot of challenges because of that. Well, this '74 Green Nova um, had some quirks to it. The the window on the passenger side, if you'd roll it down, it would stay, and you'd have to kind of pull it up, and it would get off track a little, and it was a mess. Uh, the the radio buttons wasn't working, and they fell off, and you'd have to get a pair of pliers or reach in there and turn the radio up without the knobs, and had to the the driver's side of the car, the the button to push it to open the car door, there was a button. It rusted off, and to open the door, you had to have either a screwdriver or a pencil and reach in there and open it. And the battery, the connections was messed up, and sometimes to get it to work, you'd have to kind of beat on the battery. We would beat on it with a snow brush or something, and it would work. Some of that has to do with the bad car, and some of it also has to do with my lack of maintenance. I understand that, but anyway, this is kind of the story of the Green Nova. Well, my son uh, was a very small child at the time, and him and I would go quite often to the nursing home in Petoskey. It was on the hill. We'd go there, and I'd take him, and he'd see the people. He'd go, "Oh, Dad, let's go see the people." And we'd go see the people, and he would brighten their day, and we would just say hi to all the folks in the nursing home. Well, one day we went to visit, and when we got out, it was just raining. Oh, like you couldn't believe. And so I ran, had him, held him, and ran into the car and opened the passenger door, put him in the car, and I come, shut the door, go around to my side, and I have trying to get a pencil to open the door. It's not. It's raining and pouring down. Finally, I get it in. Go to start the car, and it's not starting. I says, "Oh, I'm soaking wet already." I says, "Okay." So I reach and get my handy dandy snow brush. So I says, "Chad, I gotta work on the car here. See if I can get Danny and see if he gets started." So I get out of the car, open the hood, and I'm beating on the battery, trying to get it connected somehow. And about that time, my son rolls down the window on the passenger side and says, "How you doing, Dad?" And I go, "No, not the window." So we finally got home, all soaking wet. At least I was, and it made me think of this scripture today about trusting in chariots. And of course, the horses that go with those, and you put the two together, horses that are the horsepower of a chariot in this day is the automobiles. Have you ever had an old beater that you couldn't depend on? An old car you pray every morning if it's going to start, and you pray that it'll make it from point A to point B without breaking down. Trusting in chariots, trusting in horses, trusting in automobiles. You know, we trust in automobiles, but we also trust in people too. And if you put your faith and your trust in people, you may get disappointed. Matter of fact, if you put your faith and trust in government, you may get disappointed. You put your faith and trust in politicians or political parties, you may be disappointed. Psalms, the 20th chapter, the 7th verse says, some trust in chariots, some in horses, but I will remember the name of the Lord. Where are we putting our trust in this morning? Some trust, as the title says, some trust in horses, chariots, and automobiles. Today, let me, Lord, trust in you, the author and finisher of my faith. Trust in you for all my needs and my transportation and my life. I give it to you. Hey, thanks for joining me for Morning Moments Devotions on Wednesday. And if you've enjoyed this, pass it on and share it on your site. And until next time, come on back, and may God richly bless you.